Hello everyone, today we have a taste testing bonanza, an Easter themed hot cross bun centric taste testing session courtesy of Sainsbury's with chocolate and salted caramel hot cross buns. All of these cost £2 each, by the way, so 50p per hot cross bun, which when you put it like that doesn't sound too bad at all. It means I paid £10 in total for hot cross buns, which I think is the largest hot cross bun purchase I have ever made in a single year. Triple berry hot cross buns. And third, we have double chocolate and cherry hot cross buns. Then we have lemon and rice chocolate hot cross buns. And last, but I'm sure not least, apple and cinnamon hot cross buns. I'm mostly excited about the cinnamon, but the apple could work well too. They do look a little green, I think, in places. So, all from Sainsbury's Taste the Difference range. And one thing you cannot say about Sainsbury's is that they do not have a good range of products. This is such a great expression. Hot cross buns. We could sell hot cross buns, or we could give you 5 different flavours, and sure enough. Because I saw 2 or 3 straight away, and I thought, there's a fourth, but I have just a small bag with me, not my usual bag. I'm going to be juggling these home, and I also had a heavy clothes dryer, which is a bulky item even when flat packed, so I had to try and get that home somehow. So I saw a fourth flavour and thought, no, I have to buy one of each flavour. And then I saw a fifth flavour, so I think I have one of each flavour, but if I've missed a flavour, let me know. With juicy sultanas, British brandy apple compote, and a sprinkling of cinnamon. Dough is enhanced with smooth lemon curd and creamy white chocolate pieces. I think these would be good dipped into custard. I just have to get that reference there to mention custard in each food-related video. Well, no, I think they would be actually. I think it was last year, maybe the year before, I believe it was last year, I had a fried egg inside a hot cross bun. That worked quite well. Those are from Sainsbury's, but also from Home Bargains. I saw these stacks, their version of Tingles, for only 35p. Granted, it is quite a small packet, but anything costing 35p, you have to consider. Anything costing less than £1, you have to do a double take and investigate. So yeah, we will look at those for an under £1 can be found video. But first, hot cross buns. It is the 23rd of March 2026. Purchased these yesterday on Sunday, and I'm not sure where to start. So I will be trying these without any sort of filling, fried egg filling, butter, cheese. But I think these would actually go well with soft cheese to help keep them moist. And I do have a few tubs of soft cheese, so I might pair them with soft cheese later. But first of all, we will just try them how they are. Best before date 27th of March. These ones have 24th of March, that's tomorrow. So maybe if I'd left them until today, they may have been discounted. But then someone else may have snapped them up anyway. 28th of March. 28th of March and 27th of March. So, which one should we start with? Let's start with the apple and cinnamon flavoured hot cross buns. I'm pretty sure I've never had apple and cinnamon flavoured hot cross buns before. As I say, Sainsbury's you cannot fault for their product range, whether it is vegan products, plant-based meats and things, which are often very expensive. But if you are ever curious about what is out there in terms of innovation or new hot cross bun flavours, Sainsbury's is the place to go. And again, I'm sure I spent £10 on hot cross buns, not something I foresaw happening, but it is 50p per hot cross bun for a snazzy flavour, so I suppose when you look at it like that, it's not too bad. So, 4 apple and cinnamon hot cross buns, hand-crossed and made with a sourdough starter. Juicy sultanas, British brownie apple compote, and a sprinkling of cinnamon. Oh yeah, they have advice for grilling and heating. Slice hot cross buns and place on the grill pan until golden brown. Turn once. Yes, we should try them heated as well. I do not have a grill pan, but I'm sure I can improvise. Moderate heat 2 to 3 minutes. So ingredients: fortified wheat flour, sultanas. I'm not the biggest fan of sultanas, and I'm not the biggest fan of apples, but when things come together in a medley, it helps disguise certain textures and flavours. It can enhance flavours as well. So citric acid, clove, pimento, black pepper, yeast, cassia, cinnamon powder, British brownie apple. I wanted Canadian brownie apples, but that's another story altogether. Melanesia Jolie. But moving on, we are possessing quite a few ingredients, some less commonly seen ingredients. Diacetyl tartaric acid. Tartarus, that was a Greek god, character, Tartarus, or the pits of Tartarus. Yeah, there was a ginger is good. Cinnamon, cardamom. I think they will be okay. They may have a very apple smell, but that's okay. The smell of apple isn't too bad. It's more the taste and the fact that they're so hard. Oh. Okay, actually, I'm not sure now. I thought there was a smell presenting itself, but now they smell just like general hot cross buns. The packets did get a little squash because, as I said, I had a very small bag and I had to juggle. I could only fit one packet into my very small rucksack I had with me yesterday, so I was juggling for packets under one arm while trying to bring home a clothes air dryer thingamajig in my other arm, and I had to keep stopping to rest. So but we got there in the end with the aid of a bus driver. So let's open these up. Very fluffy. It looks like a typical hot cross bun recipe, more or less. We have the standard sultana still, but still they taste of apple and cinnamon. I'm not sure what they taste of other than hot cross bun, which is not very helpful for you. Perhaps not helpful for Sainsbury's marketing department, and not very helpful for me. Maybe I'm not awake. I can taste something sweet actually, but very subtly. Is it sweetness? Did they forget to put apple and cinnamon inside, and a whole host of other ingredients they made mention of? Curious. This is the first thing I've eaten all day, so my taste buds may need waking up, but the actual overall hot cross bun recipe is it feels very standard. It's giving my jaw a good workout. My jaw is getting tired already, but that aside, yeah, it's soft, it's pliable, slightly fluffy, it's a very slight moistness, but the sultanas, not the biggest fan of sultanas. In fact, I really dislike them, but you know, they're tolerable in the hot cross bun, I suppose, in moderation. Does it taste like an apple and cinnamon enhanced or centric hot cross bun? I cannot even smell apple. I'm really confused. Obviously, sultanas or moistened sultanas are going to appear high up on the ingredients list. There will be quite a big, and iron appears quite high on the list, which is encouraging, but diced candied apple, 10%. Where is the diced candied apple? I cannot taste ginger, I cannot taste cinnamon, clove, I do not believe so. Salt, really that's salty. Well, where is the diced candied apple? There is no diced candied apple. Sainsbury's is playing mind games with me. There's no diced candied apple. There's sultanas. We do have sultanas, but diced candied... Oh, wait, there's a piece of diced candied apple. I think very, very small piece. I'm not sure if the camera can... That was so small, I have no idea. Even trying to isolate it, and along sitting atop the fairly neutral taste of the hot cross bun, it was such a small piece. If that was candied apple, I think it must have been. Is there another piece there, maybe? A slightly larger piece? There's something there. Actually, two pieces, I think we have this time. Focus. Focus. But it's not focusing. I think you can just about make out some apple. Okay, so a quick update. I could start to taste apple, maybe even smell it ever so slightly or something appley, and then I could actually feel the texture of what they say was candied apple. It almost felt like a very, very small shaving just taken straight from an apple as it is a naked, unadulterated apple. So there are apple pieces present, but they're very, very much far and few between. So what are they actually adding to the recipe? Not really much, because they barely exist, and when they do exist, they're so small, it's over so quickly. You just get a very brief texture of an. There was this the gentlest of apple crunches. So if you're big on apples, you may be somewhat disappointed. I am big on cinnamon, so from that perspective, I'm disappointed. Where's the cinnamon? I'm not tasting cinnamon. I mean, they could have just sold these as standard hot cross buns with cinnamon dusted on top, and that would have done me. That would have been nice. I have some cinnamon in the cupboard, so I could actually enhance them with cinnamon. But first, we need to try things as they are. So I will finish those off in a moment. But first, flavour 2 is triple berry hot cross buns with blueberries, cranberries, currants, and sultanas, pre-soaked for extra succulence. They are really hyping these up, and will they deliver? Folic acid, good iron, dried blueberries, sweetened dried blueberries rather, sweetened dried cranberries, soaked sultanas, currants 1%, emulsifiers, potato starch salts, rapeseed oil, palm stearin, power stearin, that's something on a car, palm stearin, flour treatment agents, ascorbic acid, and the usual instructions about grilling. So maybe slightly fewer ingredients, or maybe about the same, but quite different as you could expect, as this is a berry-centric recipe. Okay. Well, they certainly have a very different colour. These ones seem a bit brighter in colour. Oh, there we go. We can actually see berries straight away. Cranberry, I believe. Again, I mean, there's definitely stickier as well, because they're very berry-centric and pre-soaked, they said. So they're stickier, that's for sure. But I was going to say that maybe there's a slight berry smell, but it's also very reminiscent of a standard hot cross bun. I think these ones would go stale quicker, looking at the recipe. I think I could see these going hard quite quickly, so you may need to work through these a bit quicker. But okay, we can see berries, unlike with the apple and cinnamon variant, where you can hardly find any apple. These could be a bit drier despite being pre-soaked, because this is the more typical fluffy hot cross bun recipe. But how does it taste? Do you know what? That's not too bad. I think I prefer the base recipe from the apple and cinnamon hot cross buns, or apple less and cinnamon less buns, but that's a slightly denser sourdough recipe. It's not quite as dry, so that's a good base. But here, I think it's mostly or only cranberries, which are too. Oh wait, here's something. You have two different things going on there. But yeah, obviously hot cross buns are very fluffy. They can become dry very quickly if you're eating them straight out of the packet anyway, with no melted butter, melted cheese, custard, what have you, to pair with them, or fried egg, as I like to do. But that day, cranberries are not my favourite fruit, but there's a sort of gentle sharpness and a clear but noble, restrained burst of juice as you bite into cranberries. So I was thinking as I was chewing, maybe we could do with some more cranberry pieces to stop things from being quite so dry. But then, just as you think that's yourself, there is another cranberry expression. So maybe they could do with a few more cranberries, but with something mass produced where they need to sort of cut corners, hold back on the most expensive ingredients as much as possible. They've done a fair job, I suppose, and at least it actually contains berries, unlike the apple and cinnamon ones, which can you even legally say that they contain apple? It's apple shavings, and I think I saw 3 at the most. Again, I mean, if you look at this here, there certainly will not be any berries in the middle, so we just have 2 on the top. a slither on the bottom. So we could do with some more berries to keep things moist. But what do the berries bring? They do bring something nice. Let's say this is a nicer way to consume cranberries without them being too sharp, without them being too distracting. It does enhance the hot cross bun, and it's something different to chew on with the standard hot cross bun recipe with cranberries. Is it blueberries? We're supposed to have blueberries somewhere. Maybe at the bottom there's a blueberry. I do like blueberries. Blueberries are nice. But yeah, even the crowd, oh, there's a sultana hiding under a flap. You can stay hidden, thank you. They look so ashamed of themselves. They're like shriveled sausages. Actually, that's what I say dates are. Dates are like shriveled sausages. Which is a reference to the food item, not the dating scene. Otherwise, that could be taken in a very different direction. And that would put the rating of this video up very quickly. So moving on from that, yeah, they're nice. I do like the presence of these cranberries. They just need more of them, more cranberries and more blueberries. Maybe another one will have more blueberries on it, but this one, we can see cranberries are being represented, which is good, but where are the blueberries? They seem to be hiding. You could have swapped out some sultanas for the blueberries, but I suppose they wanted to keep it somewhat traditional. I wonder what the first ever hot cross bun recipes were, how traditional, how closely our modern day standard variants mimic them. Lemon and white chocolate hot cross buns, hand crossed and made with a sourdough starter. The dough is enhanced with smooth lemon curd and creamy white chocolate pieces. So this one is getting interesting. This one is snazzing things up quite a bit. Okay, so we have water, calcium, niacin, iron, lemon curd 11%, concentrated lemon juice, sodium citrate, white chocolate chunks 7%, lemon zest, potato starch. Yeah, most of the usual stuff at the bottom. Lutein, that's an unusual ingredient. And power steering for your vehicle, power steering for your hot cross buns. Okay, that's before 24th of March. We have to eat all four today. Well, you open up the packet, they look very unassuming. They look very, upon opening up the packet, they look like standard hot cross buns, but even more discreet than the standard hot cross bun. So either they forgot the filling, like with the apple and cinnamon hot cross buns, or everything is very discreet. There's nothing inside. What is going on here? Are they playing mind games with us? What the? Oh, actually, there's no, that's a sultana that I'm smelling. I cannot even see any sultanas on that piece. What the? How is this? Oh, wait, no, that was lemon. Was that lemon that I was smelling? Which has a very different smell, but I was thinking back to the sultanas. I confused myself. White chocolate. Where's the white chocolate? Well, we just have to start eating. Oh, is that a white chocolate chunk? I'm not sure if you can see. There's something. Well, supposedly there's white chocolate and lemon curd, but we will see. The proof is in the pudding, or in this case, the hot cross bun. I cannot confirm the presence of white chocolate chunks, but there is something zesty going on. There is that familiar smell. I tasted something liquid briefly, maybe lemon curd. It's nice. It's still lingering in a nice way. It's not that bitter lemon, very bittery, lingering lemon taste, but it's almost in that direction. There's a bit of the strength of the lemon as well. Something. Oh yeah. It lingers well, the lemon curd, but it's not incredibly loud, but it's lingering. I don't see any white chocolate chunks. Where are the white chocolate chunks? Are they too camouflaged? This was a good idea. I just unleashed or discovered some more lemon curd. You find these little pockets of lemon curd barely visible, and if only it was more present throughout the hot cross bun. I do not think it would be too much. No, less is more sometimes. The lemon curd recipe is good. That's definitely working well with the hot cross bun, but where is the hot chocolate? Why is one of the ingredients always non-existent? They just want to make a pairing on the label. in this case white chocolate and lemon curd, but we were actually only incorporates lemon curd into the recipe. Where's the white chocolate? That might be my favourite so far, but I do once again feel deceived that there's no white chocolate, there's an ingredient missing again. I like the lemon curd, but where is the white chocolate? Where? I cannot find any white chocolate. It must be very, very subtle. I'm so confused. Anyway, but the lemon curd works. Now, double chocolate and cherry hot cross buns. Which of the ingredients shall be missing this time round? Deliciously irresistible, loaded with dark and white chocolate chunks and tangy cherries. Limited edition. Why? Why do only these ones, out of all 5 packets, only these ones say limited edition? Dark chocolate chips, 6% supposedly. We will have to verify. Folic acid, iron, dried cranberry supposedly, dried sour cherries 1.5%. I think sour cherries could work. I'm not the biggest fan of cherries either, but orange peel could be good. Candied mixed peel, lemon peel. Dark chocolate contains cocoa solids 20% minimum. So we have some good ingredients here for sure. Do we have to? Are they actually included in their final product, or were they removed for cost-cutting initiatives to flourish at the cost of deceiving your dear Sainsbury's customers? Well, I mean, stands to reason these are going to look the most unique out of. Oh gosh, they feel really nice. They also feel very different. But yeah, this is certainly not your typical hot cross bun recipe. This looks like a chocolate muffin. This could confuse me. Okay, we can actually see chocolate. There's the back, the bottom. Okay, let's open this up. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's a very big cherry there. That's for sure. Let's have a look at this. It smells like a cherry. It does smell like a cherry for sure. That's very different. I could write a book about these. Yeah, it's not just how they look, but the cherries are very present, I suppose, because of what cherries are. They do have a very casual strength to them. Excuse me, I'm losing my eyesight. I was looking out of the window and it's not even incredibly bright today. It's actually a little dull, but perhaps this is a reminder to actually wear my glasses, which I keep forgetting to do. I will say, I think I can actually taste the chocolate as well, mixing nicely with the cherry, creating a medley. But the cherries, there's not an incredible amount of cherries, but they do stay with you throughout the whole experience. And I feel like there's another piece of cherry discreetly at the top there. The juices have been unleashed throughout the whole recipe. There's something nice going on. I am not a cherry person, but they are nice. And it looks so chocolatey. It is psychologically pleasing because it is so dark and chocolatey looking, even though it is not actually incredibly chocolatey to taste. I'm definitely tasting cherry, that's for sure. I am most definitely tasting chocolate now, and it is a beautiful combination. A chocolate and a cherry go together so well. I am sorry, salted caramel, but you have a tough job ahead. So, hot cross bun recipe number 4 is currently the highlights, but they all are quite different. They're all trying to do their own unique thing. Some of them are just missing vital ingredients, which they're supposed to possess. 4 chocolate and salted caramel hot cross buns, hand crossed and made with sourdough starter. So they all are sourdough, with chunks of dark chocolate, caramel fudge, and brown sugar for extra indulgence. Now, I was just randomly, the poll was the pile. I was not saving these for last, but if any can compete against the ones I just sampled there, it will be these ones. Salted caramel can be good. I love dark chocolates, and fudge I love too. Brown sugar can be nice. So they look a little discreet, a little standard, but they could be packed full of some interesting things. Niacin, iron, water, dark chocolate chunks, 8%, sugar, cocoa mass, emulsifiers, stop talking about my wife like that, coconut oil, salt stabilizers, pectin, sodium, caramel fudge pieces, 5%. Even at 5%, this could be interesting. They're relatively small hot cross buns. As long as we can taste the fudge, this could be really good. And remember, it is 50p per hot cross bun, as each packet costs £2 each. And I paid a total of £10. I suppose you need to taste them really to have any idea, but do you feel that this could be good value for you? For me, would you consider paying £2 for a packet of 4? Do you always pay cheaper? Do you always pay more? Am I rhyming? Maybe you can find these discounted, and let me know if there's a 6th flavour which I missed somehow. And what flavours other supermarkets have as well, of course. Oh, straight away the smell hit. Wow, these have the most clearly distinct smell. I swear I just smelled fudge. Yeah, that smells of fudge. Oh my goodness me, that's what we want in a hot cross bun. We never knew we needed it. It's fudge smelling hot cross buns, but we do need them. Now, would I rather eat a piece of fudge? And I've yet to try this, but of course, because fudge is fudge, and I'm not the biggest fan of hot cross buns, but we're still taste testing. It still could be good. It smells like fudge. If you were blindfolded, you would think that there were chunks of fudge on a plate before you, really. So in terms of the smell, they're doing it right. It's gently sticky. Not as sticky as those other ones, but it's interesting. It's quite pliable, I suppose. Slightly moist. I am tempted to start filming right now, and I just want to be alone with these fudge hot cross buns. Do you know when something is so good, it comes along every now and again, it's just so good you almost forget to keep chewing. Everything collapses. It's just like watching a movie, something else, you just sit back, you want to take no action yourself, just watch. Let the actors do all the work. It is like that. You're just exploring this sensation. You forget that you need to play a part to keep it going. Seriously, that is almost as good as actually eating fudge. Not just the smell, but wow. It still has the texture of a typical hot cross bun, but that's indulgent. How can a hot cross bun be so indulgent? I know they're supposed to be salted caramel, but I cannot taste that right now. And at the moment, I'm just too focused on the fudge. I think these two are joking it out. This is more than holding its own. This may have just leaped to first place. Wow. Wow. That has all the texture of a traditional hot cross bun, and it smells every bit as good as a chunk of fudge. A bag full of fudge chunks. It tastes every bit indulgent as a piece of fudge. Your best fudge you've ever had. It's equal to that. It's strange because they're so different in terms of their usual textures. Obviously, fudge is just a lump of sugar flavoured, so it's hard. You have the soft, fluffy texture of a hot cross bun, and you're putting the two together while still having the texture more or less. I think there's a bit of fudge syrup or something at the top there and stickiness there, but otherwise, it looks like a hot cross bun. Texturally speaking, it is a hot cross bun. You have these small pockets, maybe slightly more prominent than the cherry pockets the other one had. These small pockets deliver so much. These are my favourite. The double chocolate hot cross buns will come in second, but the fudge, wow. I'm not sure where the salted caramel is. Maybe I will taste it, but at the moment I'm just too addicted to these fudge flavoured hot cross buns. Who knew that we needed these? But if you're going to have hot cross buns this Easter, try and look for these fudge hot cross. Well, supposedly salt and caramel, but I can only verify that they contain fudge. I do not think that you'll be disappointed if you like fudge. The apple and cinnamon hot cross buns, there was a sliver of apple, the smallest chunk, and where was the cinnamon? I could not taste it, but maybe it just so happens that the first one I tried was lacking in ingredients a little. Maybe the other three will have some more apple and even cinnamon, but they're different. But I do prefer the base. So you just have the sourdough seems to work better with that particular recipe, but otherwise they were a bit lackluster. The The triple berry hot cross buns. I mean, yeah, where were the blueberries? Where were the blueberries? But they had something going on. The lemon and chocolate hot cross buns. I could taste the lemon, and that did work well. I'd say they are in third place because the lemon curd, again, you have these pockets of lemon curd, but once you tap into them, it's you have this not quite bitter, but this classic lemon taste lingering, cantering along with you as you eat the rest of the hot cross bun. So they just needed to be a bit more flavourful and actually have white chocolate. Maybe I'll taste white chocolate in the next one, but I was mostly tasting lemon curd. So chocolate and salted caramel hot buns, number 1. Double chocolate, number 2. Lemon curd, 3. Then the cherry, number 4. They had potential. They seem to be mostly cherry, but supposedly they had blueberries. But yeah, the cherries were doing something. Sorry, not cherries, cranberries. It was cranberries. I'm getting confused. Cherries were with the double chocolate hot cross buns. Cranberries were with the mixed berry, but it seems to be mostly just cranberry and sultana theme. So the cranberry, supposedly mixed berries, coming at number 4, and the apple and cinnamon coming at number 5. And not because apple is one of my least favourite fruits and foods in general. It just, there was no apple to taste. There was no apple to be disgusted at or to dislike. So I was genuinely pleased when I found a bit of apple, but it's such a brief experience I could barely comment on it. So that itself is commentary. That there needs to be more apple and actually put cinnamon in. Otherwise, the sourdough is fine. As far as hot cross buns go, I like that. That seems to have the nicest sourdough recipe out of all 5 of them. So the base was there. They just lacked the apple and the cinnamon. Let me know what you think if you've tried these, or even if you have not, please let me know what you think and feel about all this. But these are indulgent. I'm not sure if I ever knew that hot cross buns could be indulgent, but yeah, these are indulgent. Chocolate and salted caramel. They should just call them fudge hot cross buns, and they will sell like hotcakes. Number 2, double chocolate, as I said before. The lemon curd hot cross buns, number 3. They, you can see the potential there. Number 4, cranberries. It just need a bit more flavour. Actually include some blueberries, and then the apple and cinnamon actually include the main ingredients. We can see a pattern of sorts that the ones further down were lacking ingredients. It was not so much that the ingredients were not doing anything, it was that we could not taste them, so they were more like plain hot cross buns. Again, that's not the complete reason why, because I'm a big fan of fudge, as I say. I just found them so indulgent, those chocolate salted and caramel hot cross buns, chocolate and salted caramel hot cross buns with fudge. But I challenge anyone and everyone to not find them indulgent. They are good. I'm surrounded by hot cross bun chunks that I need to finish off before I eat something savoury and something healthy. I have some cucumber to use, so that'll help keep things moist after all this hot cross bun taste testing. So I'll be back later. Thank you for watching, and happy Easter.